Hello friend, RG12 here again. It's a bit of an overcast day today, on Sunday, the day of our Lord. I'm out with my best pal here, Rocky. There he is, look. See him there? Which brings me on to something. Being a pet owner, I'm a responsible pet owner. I've always got poo bags. They don't cost that much. If you can't afford poo bags, I would recommend you don't get a dog. But I've noticed the amount of dog mess, poo, covering the streets and pavements lately is getting ridiculous. And I particularly don't like it because if you're walking along, people see you with a dog, and you just walk down somewhere where there is dog muck that isn't anything to do with you or your dog, people assume it's probably you that's left the muck. So people need accountability for having pets. They need to pick their own mess up. I always do. I actually believe that a lot of these people that don't, irresponsible pet owners, take their dogs out when it's dark and just let them shit everywhere. They don't care. There's a lot of people about, there's a lot of children now, especially because the weather's warming up, kids on bikes and stuff, scooters, and it's just disgusting and it needs sorting out. Now, you may be surprised to learn that I'm not one normally that want to be forking out more money or bills or anything to the government or taxation. However, I would be perfectly happy with paying a small fee towards a dog warden, a licence fee. Years ago when I was growing up, we used to have a dog licence. You have to have a frigging licence to watch the BBC in this country, to watch a left-wing propaganda channel, but you don't need one for a dog. Maybe that needs to change. And that, I would think, could give people a job, a warden, whose job is responsible for walking around and checking and stopping people and saying that they've got a dog. Excuse me, have you got poo bags? And if they haven't, they get an on-the-spot fine. What's wrong with that? It would discourage people from leaving the dog mess everywhere, wouldn't it? So that's just one of my ideas. Tell me what you think. Comments. But what a crazy world it's still we're living in. It gets even worse. It feels like we're sort of well, we're already embroiled in the start of World War III, and things are just going to get worse and worse. When you think we've had British bases attacked in Bahrain, British bases attacked in Cyprus, and now we've learned that Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, the Iranians fired a ballistic missile there at them. Luckily, one failed and one was intercepted by our US allies. But it's looking like they could even hit the United Kingdom. Well, and what could we do about it? Nothing. I'm sure our illustrious leader, if a ballistic missile did hit London, would be round to the Iranian embassy that's still operating and beg them not to fire another one. That's about it. Or he'd have to go in cap in hand to the Americans and ask to protect us. Like it or not, we're in this war now. Now, some out there, and I get it, will say, whoa, Donald Trump started it. For whatever reason, for 47 years, that country has been the biggest sponsor of state terrorism on earth, and is responsible for the death of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, including a lot of its own citizens, hanged from cranes, tortured. It's a hellhole. The world some of the world once went to war with Germany, didn't they? Because of atrocities they committed against the Jews. The things that they're committing against the Iranian people are horrific, but the left like to put their fingers in their ears. And it's really easy to just go, well, he started it. But if you're a school kid, the first thing you do in your class in the morning in Iran is chant death to America, and you're trying to be indoctrinated to hate people, what chance has a country got? So it's not just a simple this or that, he's right, they're wrong. You know, like I've said before in my other videos, it's the Iranian people we've got to think about. But getting into a war is the easy part. Getting out of it is the difficult part. And let's remember, the Iranians, the Islamic regime, are fanatical lunatics. They believe they're going to go up in heaven and basically have orgies for the rest of their afterlife. So a lot of them don't fear death. And that's what you're up against. And that's why they're trying to cause chaos. Total chaos. With firing missiles at all these other countries in the Middle East to put more pressure on the United States. But one thing it has shown, whatever way you look at it, this war in the Middle East has shown up massively how weak we are as a nation. The United Kingdom, that once used to have an empire, how the mighty have fallen. And I know it all depends on which government you've got, but we need to defend our own country. But without getting into that can of worms, we can't even defend our own coastline for a few rubber dinghies. Well, we could. Unfortunately, the government we've got at the minute does not want to, no matter what they say on TV channels. It's a pantomime. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, and thanks for tuning in. If you've just found this channel, please consider giving it a like, and please consider following. God bless to everybody. RG12 out. Yes, I do put my own poo, dog poo, in the bin.